Hello.
Hey, how are you? Oh, here, good. People start crawling out of the woodwork. That's great. I love it. Good evening. Tonight's a very exciting evening. We have our second premiere. You guys haven't seen the video yet, right? I'm telling you, I'm not lying. It's stronger than Halloween. And Halloween was plenty strong. I was really impressed with this. Not only the ensemble, the soloists. Of course, this is the first time that we have kind of our whole instrumental group, out there with We Will Remember Them. So very, very excited about this.
Lost you there.
What's that? Oh, you lost me? Am I back? Okay. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. It certainly is, it's really, really lovely. And this will be the first time that we send one of these pieces actually to the composers. So I'm going to send We Will Remember Them off to Alexander and Joanna Forbes Strange. And they may end up sharing, we'll see. I don't know exactly how they'll approach all that. I do think certainly we have a wonderful virtual choir version, so hopefully they'll be interested. That's at 8 tonight. I do encourage you to share. I encourage you to tell your friends. Do not be afraid to ask for donations. It's okay to remind folks that, hey, we can't sell tickets. So every $5 or $10 is critical.
I got 5.
So certainly, if you have friends, family who are veterans, please share with them. You don't have to ask them for money, but please share with them. Let them know that this is an expression of our thanks. There's a very specific reason why we picked this particular holiday as one of the cards that we wanted to do. So definitely share that stuff. Let folks know that we're thinking of them. And that we certainly appreciate their service. That's a very valuable thing that community music organizations do as well. So let's do a little bit of singing, get ourselves warmed up, and then we're going to bang through a bunch of stuff today to make sure that we use this time as best we can, because we've got a big recording coming up with Thanksgiving and 3 Christmas pieces. So just a couple of things here. Let's do a little bit of meow, 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 meow. Kind of obnoxious with it. Really, really let the meow, meow draw everything very forward. And let's, just for the moment, let's just start here on a nice, easy E major. So it's meow, 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 meow. There we go. And breathe. Meow, 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 meow. 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 Just right there. And let's start there and just have a little energy. That one together. To go. So again, with all of those exercises that traverse the octave, always want to be thinking about that upper. the upper octave, no weight here. Have all of your mechanism ready for the upper. Let's review a couple of things in the theme from Elf, please. The theme from Elf. Just a couple of things to continue warming up. Let's look at page 5, please, in the theme from Elf. Page 5. Page 5, just a beautiful follow-ons, graceful, a little bit of shape, beautiful space in between as indicated. Here we go. And 1 and go. La, la, la. Oh, 2, 3, nice. Good, 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 good. Well, any questions about the follow laws? I mean, they're simple, but just make, each of these musical ideas in this little overture, each of them deserve their own little bit of attention. So just make sure that nothing is just kind of thrown away. Something as simple as, that's this kind of stuff we love to sing at Christmas time. Good. Let's go to page 7. This beautiful, I'm calling it a string moment. You're essentially being the string section here with these ahs. And don't forget those repeated G's, measure 40, 41. Just sing right through them on your best ah. I am re-articulating because the piano dies away. But right here at 39, this is page 7, measure 39. Here we go. Ready and sing. Yeah, and then back to the bum bums. So let's go ahead. I want to go to the video with this piece. Everything was syncing really, really nicely with the altos in the last sectional, so hopefully that will continue. I'll play your part. I don't think this piece is difficult, but I just want to make sure that it's front and center since we've got a recording of it due pretty soon. Oops.
Just my 2 bits here, but I found in recording the practice thing that it's really, getting right on that pitch as you're doing the bum bum bums is like, it is a challenge, but I mean, you just have to keep working on it, get it in your head.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And there's no length, right, to kind of find where you should be. So yeah, bum 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 bum. Yeah, no, you're exactly right. It's got to be precise. But yeah, get it in your, not only get it in your body, but get it, your head, but get it in your body, right? So that it really speaks. Good. All right, so let's go right from the beginning. I'll share and I'll play your part, and hopefully the syncing will be as good as it was earlier. If it's not, just start shouting. Okay. So, is this getting familiar quickly, I hope? Yeah? Anything that's like tripping you up, any moment that is, I mean, other than I totally recognize that this piece is newer than some, right? I totally get that. But anything that as you're working on it, just not making sense or good, that's great. I mean, again, I totally agree with what Jackie's saying. All these bumps, we've got to go for precision. And part of that is just getting familiar with it. I don't think it's difficult. I just think it's a little bit new. But yeah, but we definitely want to have a very clear. Just imagine the little strings, bum, 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 right on time, right on pitch. Jackie.
Did everybody listen to the practice recording, and is there anything in it that you have questions about or anything?
It was really good, and I appreciate it immensely. I'm just
was
telling you.
I
I
wasn't
know
looking
you're not looking for compliments, but it's what's saving me this semester are these practice recordings because of the structure and the way we have to do this with Zoom.
Yeah, no, good. Yeah. We talked about it with the last sectional, guys. Obviously, nobody wants to be here long term. I totally get that, and the least of all me. But I guarantee you, based on what I saw in the first and the second video, this is going to make SoCo a stronger chorus. Because when you are there in your little space, if you're not on pitch, if you're not in rhythm, if you're not observing dynamics, great consonant placement, all of that stuff, if you're not doing it, who's going to? There's no one else around you. So I do think that there's going to be a real benefit of, kind of realizing how much the individual contributes to the whole. It's not just this conglomeration of a bunch of people and the end result just happens to work itself out. The end result works itself out because we are a collection of individuals who are contributing. So I do think, again, we all want to be together, but it's not going to be the worst thing in the world to go through this. It really isn't.
Well, I appreciate your pep talk. I really need it. So
Yeah.
thank you. Keep doing that.
No,
this is really hard.
Well, look, seriously, look at your colleagues. And I had one person on the board talk to me about another person, and this was the most positive, joyful thing, because of course I don't have the history with you all, right? So this person is saying to me, "Oh my gosh, look at her recording. Look at the way she's looking at the camera. Look at the expression on her face. I know that those things are outside of her comfort zone." Right? This person was telling me that, but look at how much she's achieving. Those things are real, folks. Because again, I'm sure it's very weird sitting in a room with just this camera. So anyway, I want to get back to some singing. However, hold on to that. It's going to make a difference. And when we're back in the room, you may notice it right away. My gosh, we're a stronger chorus. Good. So before we leave off, yeah.
I'm sorry, can you just reiterate what you want those bum bums to sound like?
Good. So all we're doing is we're closing to the M pretty quickly. Of course, all we have are eighth notes mostly, right? Bum, 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 bum. And it doesn't matter what the rhythm is, Jill. Eighth note, dotted eighth note, 16th, quarter note, it doesn't matter. It's all in your mouth. It's all the same length. Bum, 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 bum. Because it's longer, I'm not leaving my mouth open longer. Does that make sense? So Think about it like a pizzicato string. You pluck, there's the initial articulation, but then there's resonance. That's what the M is. That's the resonance. So you want to pluck that string right on time, right on pitch, and then the M provides a little bit of resonance. So it's not dry, okay? But it's just bum, 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 right? Remember, the first time you don't have that extra quarter note I just sang. Does that clear it? I mean, is that helpful, Jill?
Yeah,
Well, I would encourage you to do this. The idea is to have every articulation be essentially the same.
yeah.
And
Pretty
don't over.
staccato, right?
Oh, yeah, it is staccato.
Yeah.
But again, the beauty of it is that, I mean, it's really well written. Having the M means we have resonance beyond the initial articulation. You know, if it was a T or something, doot, 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 that really closes it off, you know? So yeah, but I would also say is don't overthink it too much, right? Watch the movie when Will Ferrell was trudging through the North Pole. I mean, he ain't thinking about nothing. So just, you know, let go of that. But yeah, consistency, but it should not feel like work. It's just, this is you whistling to yourself while you're doing whatever it is you do at home, right? That's what this is. And Susan, did you have a question?
Oh, no, I was just asking about, sorry, I have no voice. I've
That's
been
okay, yeah.
coughing for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
No, just the extra 3 that we have to do early.
Mhm.
Is there, I'm just worried that this phlegm, not the phlegm, but the
Sure, no.
scratchiness, I have at least 5 notes. When I open my mouth, nothing comes out.
Well, yeah,
So I
I'm
missed
sorry about the
whole
bad
last
timing. Yeah.
recording because I couldn't make the notes, and now I'm afraid I'm gonna miss 5 more songs. So
Well, I mean, no, I appreciate that. It's just certainly with Zonya's schedule, we just can't dump, you know, 8 songs in our lap or whatever, more than that with the trio. But yeah, no, get healthy. I'm sorry about that. I had a singer singing today at my church who almost backed out on a big solo because of, you know, just the nature of the allergies or whatever.
yeah, sick husband, sick kid.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. All right, so if there's no more questions about Elf, I want to go to Hanukkah here. So let's go to Hanukkah and the Dreidel, the funky Dreidel. I've started laying the groundwork to create, I hope, some interest in the Jewish community around here. We're also going to be sending this one off to the composer, Bob Applebaum. So I think you'll love what we're doing with it. So we spent a lot of time in our last section of really breaking this down. What I'd love to do today is just kind of go through it, not dwell on anything too much, but you know, we have to know the individual parts, but we also have to know what happens when we go start to finish, right? That's live recording or that's live performance or recording in our bedroom. So let's go through this with the piano, sorry, with the instrumental accompaniment. I will play here as well. All right, let me get this one pulled up. Hanukkah. Oh, stop. Here we go. All right, so I am sharing. So again, you'll hear Sean play the opening notes for the altos, then you'll hear metronome, and then we begin.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Um,
the keyboard was off just a teeny tiny bit, maybe like a 16th note, but
Okay, sorry about, yeah, so it sounds like it didn't make you want to die, which is good, because I heard no screaming. Um, but, I mean, hopefully now as we go through this, there's a lot of pages because there's only a few measures on each page. But hopefully it's starting to seem, we're looking at what's familiar and not turning the page going, oh my gosh, what is this? Is that hopefully what's happening, familiarity?
I feel good with it. But
Good.
hey, you guys, if you want to as a group do like a 30-minute Zoom with me offline sometime, we can do that on this song before we record it, if you want to do that.
One thing I would just encourage you to do, obviously we spend so much time on notes and rhythm. Think about the dynamic shape, right? We still want to have all of that. There's, the dynamic range. It's kind of the mezzo piano to forte range. Just make sure that as you're recording, as you're preparing this, you have those different terrace dynamics. And of course, sometimes there's crescendo and diminuendo, but a lot of times it's like, you do this little bit of mezzo forte, and then now it's mezzo piano, or now it's forte. So just really commit to those. And that way, the entire group will come across with that. But good. So this is feeling better. Good. I love that. That's fantastic. Any specific questions, or can we move back to Christmas? All right, let's go back to Christmas. And specifically, I want to look at White Winter Hymnal. Let's see, we've got two folks, I think, on this call who are doing ooze. As we go through this, please go ahead and practice your ooze. I'll play along. Please note, oohing people, just be in the habit of breathing where you would expect to breathe. And if you have any questions, I can tell you in an email, but just breathe where you would expect to breathe. There's no heroic breathing during the ooze, okay? I think it'll be pretty clear. Good. Yeah, this song is not difficult, but it's just supposed to be fun and a beautiful little contrast in terms of musical style. So let's go through this. Let's jump in with the video. And again, if there's anything painful going on, scream, because I don't want to waste anybody's time. Let me get this one up. Oh, stop. Why did it cause me pain? Remember, the second sopranos start this whole thing, and the second sopranos really are the melody. So, all right, here we go. as we come to the end of this piece, everything is unaccented. We have a diminuendo, there's no slowing down, and the final note is just a quarter note, no elongation at all. It feels a little abrupt, but that's the coolness, that's the effect of it. So just make sure you commit to strawberries in summertime.
Can I share a concern with that?
Yep.
Because as I was doing the practice thing, it could be that somebody could slightly slow down because there's nothing keeping the beat for us as we listen to that.
Yeah.
So you could have people on several slightly different timelines.
No, I totally understand. Here's my thought on that. Remember, the metronome goes all the way until to the third to last measure. I am confident that after the last 2 minutes, I'm confident that you're all going to be able to finish off strawberries in summertime. I mean, I totally understand what you're saying, Jackie, but it's not that long. It's only 6 beats.
I'm sorry, I felt like it was a lot longer than that. So maybe it's just my mind, but
Yeah. Go back and listen to it. There's the Dr. beat going the whole time. Now, I mean, and by the way, I mean, I stopped it early because I didn't know how difficult it was for Zanya to get that out, right? So maybe next time in the spring, I can be a little more informed. It's amazing, the stuff you don't think about, right? When you've got the musicians in front of you and you're like, oh my, we have to make recordings. But yeah, but definitely, have that in your ear. It should be loud enough where if you need to, you can turn it up. But that metronome clicks all the way through until really the last 2 measures. Any questions about this piece? I mean, this piece should be fun. It should be enjoyable. It's kind of like the bump, 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 bump. We have to be precise. We have to be a choir. We have to know what we're doing, but the end result should seem almost effortless. This is one of those pieces where we don't want them to know that it's hard work to sing in a choir. We want them just to think about the joy and the fun. If there are no specific questions, we'll move on to the other. All right. Let's look at Christmastime is here. This one I think is really straightforward, especially for you all, because you're singing exactly the melody that you've likely heard since childhood. But I do definitely, I want to touch on the closing for sure. So let's do this. Let's actually, in Christmastime is here, let's go to page 5. And we're going to start in the B section. We're going to start in the different harmony. So we'll start there. Then we'll, of course, see that's the return of the main music. And then as you turn the page, we'll just remind ourselves what goes on at the end, which for you is very straightforward. It's just the holding through the rallentando. So here we are at the top of 5, sleigh bells in the air. And 1, 2. And again, you'll cut off on the piano's last note. So cut off right on the downbeat. Again, I think pretty straightforward, but any questions about this one?
I do.
Yeah.
What about breathing in all of those phrases?
Yeah, in fact, it's a great question, Claudia. Check your cheat sheet. Believe it or not, there's some good information in there. But specifically about that, the entire piece is organized 2 measures, 2 measures, 4 measures. which the nice thing is it's so consistent. You do the same thing all the time. So you do this. Christmas time is here. Happiness and cheer. Fun for all that children call their favorite time of year. Yeah, and the nice thing is it's that way all piece, the whole piece. So, and of course, always breathe on beat 3 of the bar. If that 4-bar phrase is a little long for you to carry, of course, we can stagger breathe, right? Stagger breathing is always always an option. Yeah, but no, the nice thing about this piece is it's straightforward with the breathing, 2, 2, 4. Any other questions? All right, good. Let's get some more work done. I want to go to the Holiday Jazz Trio. I know you guys, you've got a great part. It's the melody. I just want to make sure we're really comfortable with the rhythms. So I want to go to the Holiday Jazz Trio. I hope to get through all 3 of these, particularly the fast ones. Again, you sing the melody, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay, why is there an ad for some lady in a costume? Here we go. Okay. YouTube. So let's start with number 1 in the Jazz Trio. These recordings jump in right away. So I'll share this. I'll play your part as well. Hopefully that'll all keep working for us. All right, here we go. I'll give you the thumbs up. Who knows what I was doing? Again, with only tiny little variations, we sing the melody that we hear on the radio. The critical thing, of course, is precision and rhythm. Any questions on this one, or is it coming together easily for you? Oh yeah, good. Carol, I can't tell what that face says.
Carol looks skeptical.
Yes, Carol, are you skeptical?
I'm not hearing anything.
I think Carol's frozen.
Did you freeze?
Carol has frozen, so.
Yeah, Carol, you might not be hearing because you were definitely frozen to us. And
She's frozen and she's going to shoot herself in the head at the same time.
would somebody please screen capture this? That's a great look for Carol. Jill, get that done. Capture this screen. We'll give this to Bernie. Yeah, Carol, you may want to leave and come back or something because you haven't moved in a long time and I'm concerned. Any other questions from people who haven't frozen? Okay, so is this coming along fine? We like it? Good. Let's go please to number 2, the slow one, I'll Be Home for Christmas. So this one has a little more rubato, a little more push and pull of tempo. Again, you're singing the melody, so should be, easier in that regard, but here we are. I've said it a few times already, but just as a reminder, please cut off when I give it to you, even though you hear the organ extend. That's perfectly intentional. The organ's not going to be there, right? Zonya's going to take all that out. So you cut off with what you see, only in my dreams. Okay. Hopefully Carol is not frozen in real life. What I would caution you with this piece, I suspect this one's really easy, right? It's essentially the melody with like 1 or 2 notes that are different. Be as precise rhythmically with this as you are with the 2 fast ones, okay? Don't think that just because this is dotted halves and quarter notes, that somehow the precision is different. No, no, no. Bring the same level of precision, because this is the piece that could become messy, right? The fast ones are going to take care of themselves because you only have so much time to be right. This piece can be sloppy in the virtual world. We don't want that. So be very precise. Good. Let's go to number 3, the Jingle Bell of the Rock. And here we go, Jingle Bell Rock. Let me share. All right, so I suspect this one probably is pretty easy for you too. Hey, Carol's back, good. Yay. Did anybody capture that screenshot of Carol? That was awesome. Hopefully somebody did. It was great.
I wasn't good at screenshotting, but I did take a photo of it.
Okay, good. We'll show that to you, Carol. It was great.
I can't wait.
Yeah, so I'm assuming this one falls probably in the same category as number 1. It's probably pretty straightforward. I think this is actually easier, if you ask me. Any questions about this one? So just, you know, and we've got 4 barbershop pieces. We have these 3, and then we have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. So just embrace these. 2 of them are fast, rhythmic, interesting, swung, and then 2 are ballads. But the ballads need the same rhythmic precision, okay? And I think, you know, having been able to just watch my conducting and being far enough removed from it, you know, actually doing it, I can kind of just watch and do what I'm supposed to do on the score. So trust it. And again, we'll get used to each other when we're back in the same room. But yeah, good. And guys, if this is easy, this holiday jazz trio, then the rest of your semester is done. I mean, honestly, the lower 3 parts are going to be suffering much more, and that's okay. We got to have the melody. It's not your fault that you sing the melody, right? But so just make this really precise. Enjoy that, and really, I mean, I think your semester, the hard stuff, you know, keep getting the funky dreidel comfortable. If you're willing to make 2 recordings of both splits, please do it. That would be a big help. But yeah, I mean, honestly, your semester's wrapping up pretty fast. Okay, I'm gonna let you go. I've got to get to the next people. Enjoy the premiere tonight. Share, share, share. Bye. See ya.